What is going on, you guys? Just a little recap here of a trade I took this morning. This is an example of a really bad trade, something that you should not take. So as you can see there, I got in at 65 cents under that body of the first candles where I got in. Right off the bat, really bad trade. Wasn't being patient, got in after 15 minutes. Should have let it play a little bit longer. So I'm going short under the body of the full candle. My stop loss is where I got that blue line at. If it goes over the body of that, that's my stop loss. I was originally going to short it at the top, but I just wasn't sure. I was just giving it more time, and then more time passed, and I missed the top entry. So right now I just got in at the bottom, like I told you guys, 65 cents, 10 contracts, just the default amount. Not really happy with this trade. If you guys think I'm always taking good trades, I'm not always taking good trades. Just letting it see what it's gonna do. At this point, I wanted to break under 319.50 is where I'm thinking about breaking it. On the side there, I got the Qs. Just seeing what that's doing as well, because usually what that does, the SPY is gonna follow as well. I got the SPY on the right hand corner as well. Just trying to break the bottom there, trying to break 1950 is my overall target. Just trying to see if we can get that down play. At this point, the market opened up flat. At this point, it's just playing around. It's moved a little bit lower, but not the way I wanted to. So I'm starting to think, you know what? I think it's just going to close a little gap it has, and then it's going to start moving upwards. But I still wasn't sure. I mean, it started coming down at this point. As you can see, it's coming down just the way I wanted to. It's now at 319.65. Just working the way I needed to work. Checking out my trade. As you can see, I got in at 65 cents. I'm currently up 45 bucks. Not really checking the P&L. I mean, I guess I was checking the P&L at that point. Trying to watch the skews to go under 209. Hopefully it goes under 209. The idea is if it goes under 209, I think we're gonna be good until the bottom of that first candle. That's the idea on the Qs. SPY, just hopefully it goes along with it. Starting to move back up. Doesn't really like the lows. By this point, it just looks like it's going to close the bottom. Also looking at other charts as well. AMD under 43. Just something that looked pretty good at the time. Checking out the SPYs again, going back and forth in between. Currently up 45 bucks on the day. Checking out other charts as well. SQ, I liked it under 66, but I totally missed that. Missed that yesterday as well. Just hoping along. It's moving downwards again. It's at 50 or 62 at this point. The Qs are coming down as well. Hopefully we can get that push under 319. Just a waiting game right now. Like I told you guys, be patient. Don't be looking at your P&L, because if you look at your P&L, you're gonna miss the trade. You're gonna see a couple of bucks in there, and then you're gonna get out the trade, and then it's gonna go even lower or whatever. So at this point, I'm thinking, you know what? It just closed the gap. It's gonna start going forward or upwards, and I started thinking about getting out of my position here. I'm not a big winner today, but something's better than nothing. As you can see, I was waiting for that 30-minute mark for the next candle to come over. The Qs is having a hard time breaking under that 209 level, like the way I wanted to. There's a nice level of support there on the Qs. If you can see that red line I got on the Qs, nice level of support. Like I told you guys, whole number. Always watch for whole numbers, guys, always. As you can see, the SPY, I'm waiting for that 1950 to break. That's a whole number as well. Having a hard time breaking under that level. Like I told you guys, always watch the whole numbers. If you want to know easy support and resistance, always watch the whole numbers. As you can see, I was currently up 55 bucks for today. Trying to wait for that 30-minute mark, but at the same time I notice it wants to go upwards. So at this point I'm thinking, okay, you know what, it's just gonna bounce and start heading higher. That's what I'm thinking at this point. So I start taking out my exit position here. I just get out everything there. I got out at 71, so really bad trade. Only got about 6 cents on that, made 60 bucks on a day. So again, not a big day. I mean, it doesn't, the amount I made doesn't really matter. I'm more disappointed in the fact that I had a bad trade. I just wasn't being patient enough. If I was being patient, I could have seen, all right, you know what, it closed the gap. It's starting to bounce. Qs isn't breaking that 209. You got a nice support level there. You got support here as well, 319.50. Let's wait for the next candle, that 30-minute mark where I originally start trading. Let's wait for that. See what that wants to do. If it starts moving higher, go in there at the nice level of support and write it up. But I was being impatient, and I paid the price. I got a really crappy order, really bad trade. But I made 60 bucks on the day, as you guys saw. But again, it doesn't really matter what the amount you make. It's about the trade, you know. So this is the aftermath of when I got out. As you can see, it's starting to head higher. At the time of this recording, it is at 320. So I'm glad I got out the trade. Not a bad, I mean, it's a bad trade, but I'm glad I got out because I recognized it didn't like the lows. It's going to start bouncing higher. Glad I got out. But at the same time, I wish I could have been just more patient and then got in at the bottom here as support with this line here, as well as a whole number, written it upwards. Hopefully break over the top of that body there. And like I told you guys at the time of this recording, it is currently at 320. So it did move higher. So that's pretty much it, guys, for this video. Hope you guys learned something. Bad trade here. This is something not to do. Just be patient. That's the key. Just be patient. Be patient. The trade will come to you. That's it. See you on the next one.